Hello everyone, my name is Ivo and welcome to this special edition of Cooking with the Koyas. Today we are going to make a porchetta, and this is special because that was one of my father's specialties, except he would make, of course, the whole pork, you know, with the apple in the mouth and the whole bit. But today we are going to just make a portion. We're going to make a small mini porchetta, and it's not hard to do. So let's get started right now with, here I have 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. Okay, and to that we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of sage. 1/4 teaspoon of sage. In it goes. I have some thyme here, and we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. Into the olive oil it goes. And here, folks, I have 1 tablespoon of crushed or chopped rosemary. So that goes in. And then I have here 2 cloves of garlic, which is about a tablespoon of minced garlic. So 2 cloves of minced garlic, about 1 tablespoon. In that goes. Okay, now let's mix this together. There we go, that's looking really good. This is going to add extreme flavor to our porchetta, and that's one of the keys. You want that flavorful porchetta, just like my father used to make. Okay, so now that that's ready, we can put that aside. And looky here, folks, to make this mini porchetta, what I have are 2 beautiful pork belly sections and 2 really nice pork tenderloins. And what we're going to do, we're going to put this together and make kind of like a tenderloin sandwich. So first thing we want to do is salt our pork. So I like to use 1/2 teaspoon per pound. And I have here about 7.5 pounds. So I've prepared some salt, 1/2 teaspoon per pound. Okay, and we're going to do front and back. Pork bellies are a little thicker. Okay, it's a beautiful pork belly, isn't it? It's got the skin on the back, and you want that skin. That skin is going to add good flavor, and a lot of juice is going to come from that skin. So a little more salt here. Okay. And let's have a little more. I want to use all the salt because I pre-measured it. Okay, and there we go. Our pork is now salted. So the next step we're going to do is take these beautiful aromatics, and we're going to rub this all over our pork. We're going to put it on the front, the back, and brush it all over all pieces of our pork. And there we go. All covered up very nicely with all those beautiful spices and that extra virgin olive oil. Very nice, very nice. Front, back, sides, all completely covered. Okay, now let's add just a little more spice. Now we're going to sprinkle a little bit of sweet paprika all around. Okay, let's get it on the back side as well. Pork loves paprika. Okay, let's flip these tenderloins. Okay, and then some on the back side. These are shaping up, they're looking really good. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we've got our paprika on there. Now this next spice, folks, is optional. I really like it though, and it's this roasted garlic and pepper spice. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that. I'm not going to go on both sides. We're just gonna go on one side and sprinkle some of that on top. Okay, now for the fun part. So let's put this together, and you see you've got a wide end and a short end, and a wide end and a short end. So I try to counterbalance them, and same with the pork bellies. So we're going to take one tenderloin, put on top, other tenderloin on this side, and then we're going to take our other belly and put it right on top. There we go. Look at there. How's that look? Doesn't that look great? All right, let's get some string. Actually, this beautiful olive oil. Don't want to waste any of that. Okay, let's get some string and tie this together. And of course, butcher's twine works great here. So let's take some of this twine, get it going underneath, wrap it around. And we're going to start off by doing a simple slip knot. So quite simply, I'm going to put a little loop in that string, bring the other end over, and put it through. Like that. All right. Let's pull that tight, and then we'll tie it to secure it. Okay, now we can work our way around this roast and wrap it completely. And try to wrap it relatively tightly. There we go. And we'll secure another knot in here. Pull that through one more time. There we go. Cut off the tag ends. There we have it, folks. Folks, our porchetta is now oven ready. I have a nice large-sized Dutch oven right here. And we're going to take our beautiful porchetta, place it right inside. Look at that, nice perfect fit, made to measure. Okay, then what I did is I cubed up 2 potatoes. And I'm going to cook some potatoes with this porchetta because all those juices, we're going to get a lot of juices from here, and these potatoes are going to be soaking and cooking in those juices, and they're going to be just amazing. And then what I went and did was I just cut one small onion, or one small to medium-sized onion in quarters, and we're going to put that in there as well. Put 4 of those pieces in there. There you go. And we're going to want to cook these to an internal temperature of 180 degrees. Now, depending on your oven, I'm going to cook this in my smaller oven, so it's going to take about 20 minutes per pound. On a larger oven, or your main big oven, probably closer to 30 minutes per pound. But I am going to put this temperature gauge right inside here. Now, maybe I won't be able to poke through the skin. I will go this way. Be a lot easier, and get it right in there. There we go. All right. Oven is preheating right now. And let's get it in. So our oven is preheated to 325 degrees. And that's the temperature we're going to bake at. We're going to bake at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, with the lid on. And like I say, in this oven, it's going to take about 20 minutes per pound, which brings me, with 7.5 pounds, is about 2.5 hours roughly. So we're going to patiently wait and let our porchetta cook. And then, of course, folks, we're going to cut into it and do the taste test. Can't wait to show you. Okay, it took a little bit longer. It took 3 hours instead of 2.5, but we hit our 180 degree internal temp, which is about 25 minutes per pound. So like I said, anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes per pound if you don't have a heat thermometer. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take our roast out of the oven, or our porchetta, I should say. And let's take a peek. Oh, come and take a closer look at this, folks. Oh my goodness. Doesn't that look amazing? And our skin cooked up nicely. This is going to be delicious. The skin is actually one of my favorites. And our roast looks pretty good. Porchetta and the potatoes. Okay, so I'm going to have to take this out and tent it. But in the meanwhile, folks, I'm going to do a little taste test on one of these potatoes because, wow. Look at that fall apart. Oh, wow. All the juices from that porchetta into those potatoes. Is that ever good? I should have put more potatoes in. Okay, so let's get this tented because it's going to have to rest for 20 to 30 minutes. We want those juices to kind of concentrate throughout and not run out when we cut it. So let's give it a little rest. Let's plate it first. Okay, let's get this tented. Wow. And the aromas in this kitchen right now are unbelievable. Okay, so a little piece of aluminum foil, folks. We're just going to tent that, and we're going to let it rest for at least 20 minutes. And then, of course, going to cut into it and do the taste test. It's been about 25 minutes, and I've been patiently waiting. Oh, look at this, folks. Isn't that a beautiful porchetta right there? Okay, for the taste test, okay, let's do this. I'm going to cut right up the middle, and we'll take a look. We're going to take a look at the inside of this porchetta. Remove that string a little bit. Let's give a cut here, right through the skin, and straight down. Oh, look at this. Now you're talking, folks. Now you're talking. That looks amazing. Yes, it's still hot, of course. And what a better time than to have the taste test when it's nice and hot. Look at this. Okay, skin. Cut through the skin. The skin is the hardest part. I can't hold it. Okay, I'm going to leave the skin. Let me cut here. There we go. Okay, yes, folks. A taste test. Okay, first things first. From our beautiful potatoes, there was a little piece of skin stuck to the bottom. That's going to be tasted first. Full of flavor. My goodness. Okay, and let's do a potato now. Another one. Those potatoes, you noticed I didn't salt them or anything. I just put them in as is. It's got all the flavor from the pork. It is amazing. Let's try a piece of this porchetta. I tell you what, this might not be Italy, but it's every bit as good. First thing I do when I'm in Italy at the market, I look for someone who's selling porchetta on a panino. And speaking of panino, these would be great on a panino or in a sandwich. Absolutely fantastic. But I'm going to slice this up. I'm going to make a little bit of gravy with those beautiful juices left in that Dutch oven and carve it all up and serve it that way along with a fresh loaf of bread that I did make. I made a fresh loaf of bread earlier today. I could put a link into the description for you for that as well. But this on a fresh loaf of bread, I'm in for a treat tonight, folks. I really hope you give this porchetta a try. It was one of my father's specialties. And once you've tried it, hopefully you'll enjoy it. It'll become one of yours too. Easy to make, a little bit of prep, not much. Let the oven do its work and then enjoy. I want to thank you for spending time in the kitchen with me on today's episode of Cooking with the Koyas. And as always, folks, until next time, good luck and buon appetito.